All right, thank you very much. So I need help with this thing here with Elementor, and I can't understand why it's so weird and it's so outdated, even though it's one of the most known website builder out there within WordPress. It blows my mind why it's so bad. Maybe there's something that I don't know here, so I'm asking you a question to help me out. You see, I'm building a website here, and I'm checking different what do you call it? Check it on a desktop, check it on a tablet, and check it on a mobile. Very strange. I find that when I do everything correctly in the okay, let me just surprise you. I finished the website, right? I finished the website. Let me tell you my biggest problem. Maybe I should mention this also first. Look, when I go to the tablet mode, I realize that when I see, this is the theme. I have this text here. When I had the text in the middle, all properly aligned in the tablet mode, I thought it was all glorious and good. This is what Elementor is giving to me, so I trust that they gave me this tablet mode, and I can design what I'm designing to my liking as it shows me what I'm seeing. But then I went to electronic store where they have a lot of mobile phones, a lot of tablets, a lot of computers. And I checked my website. It looked all weird, like things that were in the center turned out to be in the corner. So now what I did, I have to now put it in the corner here in Elementor just so it can be in the center. And luckily, I don't need to go to the store where they're selling computers and smartphones and tablets to see how my website look. I found this very interesting website. You can actually install a browser, and it's just fucking fantastic. And it has opened my eyes. I mean, I've used different types of this before, but this one is just amazing. I can see all the smartphones and all the tablets. And I came here and I'm very surprised and disappointed by how my page looks in different devices. The more, like, okay, you see here like this, you see this row here. The more I go forward, the devices start to get modern. I noticed that only in the older models of the phones is where my website look a little close to what I'm designing in Elementor. This, for example, okay, let me just, instead of me talking, let me show it to you. For example, let's go to the iPhone. iPhone begins, listen very carefully, iPhone 11 is still kind of new. Okay, let's go to the iPad. I'm going to show you something very interesting. So you want to answer my question. Let's go to the tablet, for example. Okay, yeah, okay, iPhone 7 is here. Okay, what this? The oldest iPhone here is iPhone, that one is a little, let's try iPhone 6 Plus. I want to show you something I'm saying. Okay, listen all the way up. Just please be patient with me. I beg you. If the video is long, okay, I don't mind this, but this is, to me, I can't accept this. It's okay. I'm okay with this. You see this thing here? This is my terms and conditions and private policy. They are here in the corner, but in Elementor, they're in the perfect center. They're in the perfect center. So I had to push them to the corner in Elementor for them to be straight here. This one is in the corner here, but it is straight and lined up properly in Elementor. So later I'll go ahead and do that, push it to the corner, looking all wrong, then it turns out right here. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't know. So if somebody looks at my website from their smartphone, everything's kind of like in the wrong place, that's shame. That's shameful. And that's the fault of Elementor, I think. Because you're telling me this is here, and I'm just doing what you're telling me. I'm just doing according to, see how this thing is in the center here. So what is going on here? I don't understand. I've been struggling with it for some days right now, and I'm just trying different ways to solve the problem by myself. It is unacceptable that I have to put this in the corner looking weird like that before I can have it properly aligned. And I kind of want to trust that this thing here is giving me the real result of how it will look like in these devices. This one here is, for me, is perfect. It's good enough for me. This thing is in the center. I see all these things. It's to me, it's perfect. But guess what? It's an older phone. It's a very old phone. So it's kind of like, Elementor is kind of like outdated. They don't cater to keep those, those three choices. They don't make them modern, because, I mean, what are you doing? Okay, let's go to iPhone 7. Okay, I don't want to waste your time. Let's go to the very new ones. iPhone 10, called X. Okay, iPhone XS Max. iPhone XS. Let's just XS. You see, it's also fine. It's also, I'm okay. I'm satisfied with this. No problem. But guess what? I had to adjust this for this thing to come here like that. It was in the center up here before this, the name of the site. I had to adjust it in Elementor, and I had to put it in a place where it is looking odd. As long as it turns out to look nice in these devices that I'm seeing from this website, then I'm happy. But why can't I just work in Elementor, and what I see there is what I see outside? So if I didn't have this to check my website, it would be all messed up. That's shameful. This is not too bad, because I just finished adjusting it. But I'm like, let me make a video about this and ask a few people that knows better than me, because I'm a newbie. Well, maybe yes, but I'm a very techie guy. I'm a newbie. Okay, I can say so. In Elementor, I'm not a newbie. Elementor is just effed up. It's just weird, because you can see the thing is showing me something weird correctly, but I see it looking off. Today I went to electronics store. You see this my logo here. It was in the corner, even though it's in the center in Elementor. I'm like, so what's going on? Why is it in the corner? Anyway, let's look at this same website in this page in Galaxy Tab S4. I think that's pretty old. You see? Okay, still loading. This thing is centered. It's centered here, while it's there in Elementor. It's crooked. It's in the corner. You see? So how would I? Oh my goodness! What's going on? Oh my goodness! It's beautiful. Very beautiful work here, though. So I don't know if this is still loading. But my biggest problem, I can decide to come here and look at what I'm doing, adjust it there in Elementor, and make sure this will be my final judgment. But Elementor is doing a very bad job to keep that old stuff. Okay? There's this gap here. I don't know why there's this big gap here. Okay, let's go to iPad Air. So I use iPad Air, and I tweak Elementor until I like what I see in the iPad Air in this app. I don't have an iPad Air with me physically. Maybe that would have also helped. But can I have all the devices with me physically just to check my website? Do I need to have all the devices? Why the heck do I have Elementor giving me a desktop and the what's it called, tablet version and the mobile version, when they are just not saying the truth? You see, this one is perfect, because I had to tweak it there and check it here and kept moving it there until I finally had it in the center here. If I didn't have this app, I wouldn't be able to get it to be like this, because what I was seeing when it was perfect to my eyes in Elementor was completely wacky and crooked here. Such a beautiful work that's been done here. Anyway, so that's iPad Air. Now, if I look at it, so the more I go forward, is getting to the more modern things, like newer things. Okay, let's check it in the 27 iMac. See, this is the last iMac. If I go here, so all my, these are the biggest, the 27-inch iMac. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Look at this. I come into, you see, this thing becomes very, very tiny. This becomes very tiny, and this is all the way up. Normally, this page you can scroll it up and down. Now, why can the page fail off after? Look, after all, it repeats here. You see, the photo repeats here and is here. So it might as well adjust itself to fill the whole screen. And why does goddamn white space underneath? Why? Now, I don't mind. I can use it to display my, what's it called? The terms and conditions and private policy and a few things, no problem. But why does he have to have this? Because I realized that I couldn't take the white space off. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to put something there. Elementors always have that white space, and you think it's only in Elementor, but it also happens to be in the website. The problem is that each laptop, each tablet, each phone, each desktop is displaying something completely different. So what am I doing wrong to have this gap? You know, if I go to 19, 20, 10, 80, these are industry standard dimensions, so whatever you want to call it, aspect ratio. See? Look at the gap there. Look at the gap. Look at the gap here. Why does he? Because normally when I scroll down, everything can enter there and this ones can be hidden. So each one is looking different. Each one is having gap bigger. Some don't have gap. Some is too, crazy. When people create website, don't they have it look exactly how it should look in all these different devices? You mean the laptop comes out tomorrow, or a Mac or a computer comes in and your website is all screwed up because Elementor don't know the heck that they're doing? So I wanted to ask this question, somebody to show me whatever they do to make it. Okay, let's check YouTube here. Let's check YouTube right here. Let's check YouTube and see. Another thing I want to say, let me check. Okay, this is another website of mine, right? I'm still working on this one. You see this white space in the corner also? I'm using a theme here called J News. You see this white space here? But when I look at this in the normal computers, it doesn't have this white space. That's in the 21-inch Mac, what's it called? iMac. The names also come. But if I look at it in any older device, it will be fine. Let me just see if I look into any older devices, or not very expensive ones, it looks perfectly. You see, the gap is less, and it's like the way I'm seeing it in my computer. It is the way it looks, like 90-something%, if not 100%. But the more I go forward to the newer stuffs, they start to look bad. It's kind of like Elementor is kind of like 5 years behind. That's what I'm noticing here. Except I have to do something extra. Why do I have to do something extra and do some coding or go and learn some tricks or do so? Why isn't everything just right here? Why is everything just not ready here? Why is everything not ready here? So Elementor, please wake the heck up. What's wrong with you guys? Do I have to be an expert to use the? Do I have to be an expert? You put everything here. You can put everything here that anybody can come and use it. They don't have to go elsewhere or learn from someone else. You can write everything here. But did you actually test this thing? Or maybe what am I doing wrong? What's going on? Okay, let me say, maybe this is the problem. I have many computers actually, but this time around, right now, I'm using what's it called? I'm using a Surface Pro 3 or 4, Surface Pro 4, and I'm connecting it to this big screen here. So I change the resolution, because when I connect the Surface Pro, normally like that, it has some black bars on the right and on the left. For me to have it full screen like the computer really is, I have to do some tweaking in the screen resolution so I can have it full screen. Because in the real world, this is the real world. because this is how it looks like in my Surface Pro. But when I connect the Surface Pro to a screen or monitor, it looks different. It has some black bars here. So even all of that, it should look like I'm seeing it. Like what I'm seeing is what should give me the result. It shouldn't give me something different from what I'm seeing. Because if I'm designing something here and the result looks different from what I was creating when I look at it in a different device, I think that's really totally messed up. So I don't understand why that is. One more thing before you run away with your... Many people don't have attention span these days. They don't have patience these days. So please stay there. I know... I don't know who's going to watch this video. I'm going to post the video to some expert or some people that know better than me. So let me put this back into... Maybe there's something YouTube doing that I don't know about. Okay, for example, what is... I'm going to go to YouTube. So when I watch my CD 27-inch iMac, where all my website is bad, any of my website is like, look at the space, it's too big. Let me put it in dark theme here. Come on, can't even see this thing. Why does he have this white space here? Oh, what's it for? Why does he have this space here? It's black now because I put a dark theme. See the space? So why couldn't this gallery of videos, why couldn't they extend to fit the space? Maybe that will have to be... This one I can admit is my fault. Not really my fault. Maybe I need to adjust something somewhere in WordPress or in my theme or in my layout, in my customization, so that it can add more according to the space that there is in whatever screen they are watching. They're viewing a page or a site. But how come this same page, I look at it in a different computer, it is totally fine? But this is what I'm seeing. So if what I'm seeing is like this, and I think it's good, and I will be surprised when I go and see my page in a different computer is all fucked up. Elementor is missing something. Elementor, you are freaking missing something, and I hope you watch this video. This is bad. See, the more I go towards the modern stuff, the more everything looks messed up and weird. This is Elementor's fault, because if I created Elementor, I would think about all these things. Why can't Elementor have something like this within the app, within the platform? Why can't they have something like this? I hate many companies out there, they update every week, every day they update. Okay, we always update our stuff, but what the fuck are you updating when you don't even know what's going on? It's like you're just making money from... Look, what's wrong with these people? All the older devices, everything is fine, but in the modern devices that are expensive and big, everything is all messed up. So if Elementor has a way of making me know this, then I could do something about it. But they make me feel everything is good in their what's it called? Look at how this thing is. So I would have to do it like this before it's lined up properly. And look at this space here. So anyway, I don't want to talk too long because I have a lot of things to say, but I'm sure at least by now you get my point. So if you know the answer to this, please tell me. Tell me, write me a comment, point me to a video, point me to a forum or something I could do, because I know that these three things are fucked up here. And don't tell me I can go in here and click some blah blah. That's totally like nonsense. What's that? I forgot the name. Where you can go in here and put other ones here. They don't work. I tried them. This Elementor, this daft and stupid people, really, they're stupid. I'm just sorry. You have these numbers here. Why can't I just type a number here and it just... Are you okay? These people are not normal. And people are not complaining. That's why. People are not complaining. Imagine MKBHD complains about this. The next one day, this is all fixed or on box therapy. Why can't I just type? Okay, let's see. Watch this. Let me just say, for example. Okay, let me just see. Let me just see, for example. Let's say all these little ones, they turn out good. All these little ones, only the big ones. Let's say the iPad Pro. Okay, iPad Pro is a very popular device now. Watch iPad Pro. This one I really won't complain too much. I won't complain too much. Let me see my other website. This site is very important. It's not a site you can download there. Look at the space here. Look at it. Now I want to see it in the iPad Pro. Look at this gap here. Look at this freaking gap here. Why the fucking gap here? Why? Just tell me why. If the photos can repeat itself to the left and to the right, why can't it repeat itself down? And normally I could like, I don't know if you noticed, I could like scroll my mouse and it can go down and up like you saw in the other ones. But look at the iPad Pro, it's messed up here. This is a new device. It's not new anymore. It's now 2 years now. But this thing, Elementor, is not showing me all of this. So I don't know what the listen. Just please be patient because I know people these days don't have patience. Okay, I don't know I think I wrote it in the paper. Let me look for it. Let me look for the paper if I can find it. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. So I went to the computer shop and I wrote dimensions of many devices. So there's where are they? Oh, the paper is not here. Somewhere it's far away. But let's just pick one that is here. Let's say, for example, some of them are like 5Ks and things like that. Let me just see. They didn't write the dimension here. Let's say, for example, right? Where are they? We didn't write the dimensions. What I'm trying to say is that, for example, I forgot some of those numbers. 255 times this and that and that. They were high numbers. Why can't you in Elementor, right? Where is it? Why can't you just? I see numbers here. Why can't you just type? Okay, for example, 1920 1080p, 1920. Why can't we just fucking do that? And it just changes. They just want to be evil, these people. 1080, and then it adjusts, but it doesn't move. It goes back to the fucking one that it was before. Why can't you do that? Then you might as well not even display what's written here because I never looked at these numbers. Why can't we write any number we want here and fix it? Since these things seem to be independent, so it's not helping me out here. This thing. So I think I've said enough. If anybody knows the answer to this, please help me. Thank you very much. Peace. Help me.